Okay, so the Hodgetwins made a video just a couple days ago clarifying that they are not vegan, that they are vegetarian, and they still consume eggs and dairy. Although I was very happy to hear that they have cut way back on their dairy products. I had to speak up when they were calling dairy products and eggs a good, clean source of protein because I beg to differ. In fact, they come from rather unsanitary places. The egg comes out of the chicken or turkey's the cloaca, the same place that all the other fluids come out of. It's a little repulsive to me personally, but eggs have cholesterol. They have a lot of cholesterol in them, and they're void in fiber, which doesn't signify that it's food to me or many people out there. It's not. It's not food. If it's void in fiber and contains cholesterol, it's not food. Dairy products. Dairy products are meant for the baby cow, for the calf. That's the individual that does the best on dairy products. I will attest personally to the destruction that dairy can do on the human body. Dairy creates a lot of congestion. It is extremely mucus forming, and it contributes to obesity. I will attest to that personally. I had an extremely hard time losing weight while consuming dairy. I developed an eating disorder, maybe a few. I tried a lot of just starvation and excessive exercising before I finally became bulimic in 1995 until 2001. I will call it my lacto-ovo-bulimic days because in 1995 I also gave up eating the animal flesh. And I had not yet given up dairy or eggs yet. So I was lacto-ovo-vegetarian but bulimic at the same time, just trying so desperately to lose weight because I couldn't lose weight. Even as a lacto-ovo-vegetarian, I still had issues. And nothing was working, so just binging and purging, starving myself, doing all that I could. Finally, in 2001, became vegan, and things began to repair. A lot of repair work happened. But November 2014, I found out about the high-carb, low-fat vegan path, whole food plant-based, and my health went to even another level that I didn't think it could. Be careful about the dairy information. Not everybody does well on it. In fact, more people than they care to realize are suffering from consuming dairy products. It's meant for the baby cow. It's not meant for humans at all. Humans can't digest the proteins in dairy at all. We end up getting all kinds of diseases. It contributes to diabetes. And if you take a look in the China study, they have identified casein, the main protein in cow's milk, as a carcinogen because it activates it expresses cancerous genes that people were born with. Check out the China study. It's an excellent book. I think I've got it right here. Here it is. Excellent book. And also, Kevin and Keith, you might want to take a look at this one here. Milk is really not all it is marketed to us as. I have to speak up about this because you guys are great. You've got a great heart. Your heart is in the right place. I know you don't want to be savages. And so I thought if you know a bit more about the dairy industry, you'll be able to make a better informed decision. Too much protein can lead to kidney damage. There's an enormous amount of protein in cow's milk and eggs. Too much protein can lead to osteoporosis, bone loss. It breaks down into acidic compounds. Our body has to reach for alkaline substances like calcium from our bones and our teeth to buffer the acidity caused by too much protein. The amount of fat in eggs and dairy can contribute to diabetes. I know diabetes is marketed as a sugar problem, but that's not the whole story. Fat is the other part of the problem. There's proper ratios of carbohydrates to fat and protein we need in our body. And I will say 70%, 70 to 80%, at the very least, we need to get at least 70 to 80% of our calories coming from carbohydrates, whole food carbohydrates. And we should not get any more than 10 to 15% of our calories coming from protein. We should not get any more than 10 to 15% of our calories coming from fat. If we get more, if we go over the limit with our fat and our protein, we're looking at high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, goes on, really. Dairy also ages the skin a great deal. And if you take a look at the movie Cowspiracy, you will see it takes well, for 1 liter of milk produced, it's like taking it's a month worth of showers worth of water to produce 1 liter of milk. It's devastating our planet, our health, and the animals' welfare. I had to speak up about that. People also experience relief from skin problems such as eczema when they get rid of dairy from their life as well. I know I'm functioning 1,000% better. I don't have to worry about my weight. I don't have to exercise excessively. I've gotten better mobility. In fact, when I broke my toe during my dairy consuming days, that developed into arthritis, in which case I took a lot of herbal remedies for it over the years. But when I discovered the high-carb, low-fat, whole food, plant-based path, that's when I was able to move away from the supplements even. I never took the medication, but it was empowering to move away from having to even take supplements, because that can be expensive as well. So cutting the processed foods out of my diet, making my diet more alkaline balanced properly is a clear indication that I'm on the right path if I don't need to take anything for the arthritis I was diagnosed with. I also ended up with cardiovascular issues as a result of being bulimic for 6 years. I also don't have to take anything for that anymore either. I also attribute cooking of too much oil, too much fat in the diet. Once I learned that oil is not a health food, be it Udo's oil, flax oil, fish oil, or olive oil, it's not a whole food, it's not healthy, I stopped cooking with it. I noticed an even better improvement in my health. I no longer need to take white willow and hawthorn formulas for the cardiovascular issues I was experiencing as a result of being bulimic and consuming too much fat. So it's worth looking into. Please check out this book here and the documentary, Forks Over Knives. It explains the health benefits of a whole food, plant-based, high-carb, low-fat diet. I showed you this book. I just want to remind you, Got Milked. And The World Peace Diet by Will Tuttle. Some excellent information. He has a PhD. It's an excellent read. I would suggest The World Peace Diet as your first read. And then check out Forks Over Knives. This is Wild Vegan Child signing off. Release your inner wild child. Go vegan!